All right, we're live. Off we go. Day 203, 444 miles. Coming in on the replay, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Just starting out. Let's see who comes in first today. Good morning, Lisa. Good to see you this morning, Lisa. You're the, excuse me, you're the first one in today. And there's Cindy. Good morning, Cindy. Cindy, I was in on your live for a while yesterday. I just couldn't chat. I was in the middle doing a bunch of different stuff, and so I just kind of had you in listening mode. Stinking lake sucks. Dragon's here bright and early this morning. Good morning. It's the closest lake to you. You got skunked there yesterday? I think I was scrolling through later on and you were on your way home, so. Or you were driving anyway. You weren't at the lake anymore. I got my microphone on my pull string and it's like swinging back and forth. It might just irritate me by the time I'm done with the walk today. Possum is here. Good morning, Possum. Good to see you this morning. Kind of a cloudy day today. It's in the, I think it's like 53 degrees today. Heading up to 70. Sun's supposed to come out this afternoon. It was beautiful yesterday. It's like 76 degrees. Sun was shining bright all day long. Woodpecker this morning. Did y'all hear that? Good morning, Rainey. Good to see you this morning. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Gumby. I started in August, so hot weather's not going to bother me. And by then I'll be up in Ohio. It won't be like it is down here, 95 or like 85 at 7 o'clock in the morning. Good morning. It is me again. Jerry, good morning to you. I was thinking about Actually, it came up in, speaking of the devil, there he is. Mike's live stream this morning about daylight savings time. I guess that's hitting Sunday. So at 7:30 on Sunday, it's probably still going to be kind of dark out. I don't know. I'm going to have to look tomorrow morning around 6:30, see what the daylight situation's like. Jose, thank you for the message there. I appreciate it. Morning. STL, how you doing this morning? Is that for St. Louis? I'm doing well. I'm out on my morning walk. 203rd day in a row, 444 miles will be done when I'm done with my walk today. On my way to 365 days and 1,000 miles. Killer mustache. Well, thank you, Ender. Daylight savings time again. Yeah. Chad, how you doing? It is for St. Louis, Missouri. Okay. I am in Georgia. I'm about 100 miles south of Atlanta, far enough away that Atlanta doesn't bother me, other than when I drive up to Ohio and have to drive through Atlanta. I don't like the big city. So the 31 and 31 challenge that ACR Protect put out there, he's been doing good and getting his miles in every day. Clearly, I've been getting my miles in as well, but I'm trying to challenge myself to walk a little bit faster and keep my time down for my 3 miles down around 50 minutes. So far, not too bad. Sunday was the first day I did it in 51 minutes. Yesterday was a little bit slower. I did it in 53, even though it felt like I was moving faster yesterday than I did Sunday. But anyway, I'm going to try to make sure I keep track of that every day, or at least be mindful of how long it takes me to walk my 3 miles. Right now, I'm just kind of walking around the block. I've already come down this road. Speaking of ACR, I mentioned his name, and there he is. Shows up. Good morning, ACR. How are you this morning, sir? Good to see you. Zach is here. Good morning, Zach. GG, we don't talk politics here. Like a rash should grow on us. Absolutely. I've been itching for months now, Andrew. Dude, you are out of here before you can even finish. Saw that one coming. Pedro, good morning to you. Good to see you this morning. Saw that one coming. Surprised is not back. Yeah, what a dumbass. They cannot control their hate. I don't really think it's hate. It probably doesn't even, he's probably not even racist. He's just a dumbass, that's all. And he thinks it's funny to do that. 1955 Chevy 210. All right. It's a good looking truck. Attention seeking, yes. Yep. Mama doesn't make them cookies fast enough for them sitting in the basement, so they gotta get online and try to get some attention online. Mom, you said you were gonna make some cookies. Mom. If Mom yells downstairs, I'll make you some cookies when you get a friend. Mom. Yeah, exactly. His I don't even know what they're called. The dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets. I don't know. Probably eats chicken nuggets shaped like 6'7". Hopefully he's still listening. One Nation Outlaw. I am in the South, yes. I am in Georgia. If it was a question. Raining and rains. Good morning to you. Good to see you this morning. I just hear thunder. I think it was a truck. I hope it wasn't thunder. You're about to say Georgia? Yep, I'm about 100 miles south of Atlanta. And rain and sunshine. Yes, I am about a mile into my 3-mile walk. I walk 3 miles every day. And I'm on day 203. And I have 444 miles, or I will have 444 miles. I was walking 2 miles. I just upped it, about a month ago to 3 miles. That's why the math doesn't math there. But my mom's from Arkansas, grandparents are from Mississippi and Louisiana. That accent feels like home. I have an accent. One Nation Outlaw, you're in New York City. New York City? Sorry, I had to do that. Visit South Carolina. South Carolina is nice. Three-wheeler, good morning. Welcome to you. The Common Core math. Yep. I have to explain that because I had somebody question it one time. I mentioned, whatever day I was on, how many miles, and I had said that I walked 3 miles a day. And they're like, wait a minute, you should be up to so-and-so miles. And I'm like, okay, let me explain that. Boondocks, how you doing? Angel, good morning to you. Carol, have dogs, 2 succulent torch, pound size. I have no idea what you're saying there, Carol. You're in Midland, Texas. All right, we got another person in here from Texas. I think you guys are fairly close. Midland, I think, is close to Houston. I'm from Kentucky. Nobody here has an accent. Just the people coming from other places do. Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Rainy. It'll be cold at night after the rain. Born and raised in Chicago. Our elders still have their drawl in their accent from down home. Nowhere close to Houston? Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought it was over there. I heard of Midland, Texas. That's out. Is it out west then? Nah, I don't know. Texas is a big damn state. Not the biggest, though. Close to El Paso. Okay. Marty Robbins country, huh? Fly drones there sometimes. The FAA drone recreation license is cheap and it's not part 107. Oh, okay. West Central. Okay. Boondocks. Chicago is like a Long Island accent with a speech impediment. $5 for 4 years for a license to fly a drone. That's not too bad. Rainy's from the Chicago area, so whatever. I'm not from down here in Georgia. As far as the accent goes, I'm from Ohio, but there's a lot of people in Southwest Ohio from the Appalachia area, so that's where a lot of that, I guess, Southern accent comes from. Sound as if a New Yorker was trying to be a hippie. I lived in San Angelo. Midland wasn't far by Texas standards. Sort of smelled like oil, if I remember correctly. Matthew's here. Good morning, Matthew. I remember driving in Texas. We drove for 12 hours one day and never left the state. So that kind of tells you something. I was way up north in Texas, almost on the Oklahoma border, and we drove down to Padre Island. So good morning. UK accent is a bit prominent. Ducky is here. Good morning, Ducky. Pilgrim pop in? I didn't see Pilgrim. Oh, there he is. Good morning, Pilgrim. Little Miss Ducky is here. Ducky, did you see my video yesterday. I know. UK accent is adorable. You could be flaming angry and still sound polite. Yeah. Okay, Ducky. Paul was here. Good morning, Paul. Coming in a little late this morning, but that's quite all right. Not like you have to be here. Why is everybody driving so slow? Oh, there's a little dog and kids running around in the yard there. No, it wasn't a stream. I did a short yesterday. That's all it is I did use the sound from that song, and I just did the I know part of it. Matthew, you can't stay too long. Gotta get ready. Take my son to school. All right, Matthew. It's good of you to do that every day. I definitely admire that in you. So, me too, Matthew, or my grandson, and we run some errands and stuff. Walked out the house not knowing we were having freezing rain coming down to quite, oh, geez. You don't have to be here, but why would you want to be anywhere else? Absolutely, ACR. Okay. Yeah, it's only a few seconds long, so. If you're going to grab your other phone, though, you're probably going to have to put down your crocheting needles, Jackie, in order to be operating two phones at the same time. I'm sure you can't crochet at the same time. It is fun indeed how we have all kinds of different storylines in our different streams. From the plastic cat to the I know. What else do we have? We can't forget about Deluscious. And everybody has their own little storylines. Cindy has her woo. $18 likes. See if we can get that number a little bit higher this morning. I'm busting it today. I'm trying to make sure I get real close to 50 minutes today. The more likes I get, the faster I'll walk. How's that? Like done. You forgot to like. Lester's rubbing off on you, Ducky. What you got on your nightstand from last night? Anything good? DJ, how you doing this morning? Good to see you this morning. I am out on my walk this morning. Day 203, 203 days in a row coming out and walking. Recently, I've been doing 3 miles every day. I am up to, or I will be when I'm done today, I will be up to 444 miles. On my way to 1,000 miles in 365 days. So, not too bad for an old guy. Woke up alive, so I wouldn't say it's a good day. Oh, hell, that's not a good attitude to have there. DJ. Oh, I would say, okay, never mind. Never mind, you said I would say it's a good day. Yes. Yes, you're on top of the dirt. Yeah, I reread it. The way I read it the first time, I felt that way about a year ago. So I guess my mind just automatically defaults to that. So I don't feel that way anymore. I'm excited in the morning when I get up. How many days am I up to? 203 days, Matthew. I don't know if he started the 1,000 Angry Tugs yet. Kind of felt bad after your fall? Is that what you're talking about, Paul? I'll bet. You know, an Angry Tug 250. Mike, good morning, Mike. How are you this morning? You can do it. Has anybody ever seen the channel? Been popping up in my feed lately. The Baked Korean. Gearing up for a ruck this morning. I will be listening mode while I get my steps in with my pack. Okay, cool. So you didn't get out early this morning, huh, Andrew? That's all right, man. You know them? Okay. Kind of funny. I've seen some of her stuff on the Baked American. Yeah. Yeah, she's the Baked Korean is, I don't know, middle-aged. I think she's like in her 50s. And yeah, does a little bit of smoking. She's kind of funny. She cracks herself up on a continual basis. So Dragon Lady could be. I think the way that she came across my channel was she did a collab with Eric LaPointe, who I'm subscribed to. Rainy's the half-baked American. Rainy, you would probably enjoy her channel. She has well, actually, I don't even know if she has a filter. If she has any filter at all, it's set on extremely low setting. So too high to die. It's kind of funny that she did a collab with a collaboration with Eric Lapointe, because his channel, or at least what I see of his channel, it's mainly about fitness and being gung-ho and doing all that stuff. And yeah, she just sits there and gets high and does live streams. So there's a white squirrel over there, 2 of them. See if I can get close enough where we can see them. Cindy, are you still here? You said yesterday you hadn't seen any yet, so I'm gonna get over here. They're on the other side of the river over there, or the creek. There's one of them, and the other one is right there. There he goes, running. And go hang out with his friend. Cindy, are you here? Pilgrim, you gonna take off? All right, man. We'll see you later. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Cindy is here. Cool. Yeah, there's 2 of them right there. They are pretty cool to see. All right, I gotta get moving. I'm glad you got to see it, Cindy. All right. Absolutely, Cindy. I'm definitely glad you got to see them. I knew you would. Morning, guys. Hey. Good. Oh, wow. The library is pretty full today. Maybe this will get Laura back in. Have not seen Laura still. Starting to get a little concerned. If anybody sees Laura out in any different live streams, tell her I miss her. Can you believe all those squirrels are inbred? Yeah. White wheat. It's probably white bread. Need to see a great white buffalo. Ted Nugent. See if we can get Ted Nugent. I saw Ted Nugent a long time ago, like back in '74. First time I ever saw him was Ted Nugent. Yeah, just tell you how old I am. Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes. And they were playing Journey to the Center of the Mind, and Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. So, yeah, I hope Laura's okay too. I have not seen her. She hasn't been in for at least 5 days now. So, Mountaintop is here. I've been lurking while driving. Another balls in the wall. Morning, but still want to say hello to everyone. Well, thank you, James. Appreciate you coming by. Dropping a good morning. I'm sure you double tapped the screen for me. What we at? 19 likes this morning. All right, so I stopped and looked at white squirrels. I couldn't not stop. Wang dang, sweet poon tang. Walk fast, Dave. Walk fast. Yeah, I gotta make up for it now, Cindy. What do you think I stopped for? Probably 10, 15 minutes. No sunshine on my shoulder, no sunshine on the pine trees today. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. I know, 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 I know. James, that's all right, brother. I appreciate you being here. I know that you're always there and supporting me. You are an excellent, excellent subscriber to my channel. Love having you here. Yeah, Mike, it's still not going to help my time, though, when I stop. I need to buy a bag of peanuts. Start bringing peanuts out here with me. I tried apples with the deer to attract the deer, and that just did not work one bit at all. But get them knees up. Yes, sir. Yeah, when I first started doing my walk, I was seeing deer about as often as I do still, but people were like, oh, bring some apples to feed them. And I started bringing apples. Whenever I was bringing apples, I never saw any deer at all. So maybe if I brought some peanuts out here, I could attract the squirrels. Good morning. Hi, buddy. Not out of the woods yet. Yeah. Quite literally, I am not out of the woods. Juan, good morning. How you doing this morning, Juan? Is it true that Juan is the loneliest number? Sorry, I couldn't resist that. I just heard that song just recently. One is the loneliest number. Juan, hopefully you didn't take insult to that. I'm a smart ass. And things just hit me, and they just come out of my mouth. So Juan, I am out on a walk. I do this every day. Been walking now for 203 days in a row. You like that, Juan? Have you ever heard that before? I've been walking now 203 days in a row. I'm up to 400. Well, I will be when I'm done walking today. I'll be up to 444 miles. No Juan left behind. We could probably go on and on and on. I don't know how long Juan will stick around for it. We'll see. Trying to get a new subscriber, and if I insult the guy's name, he probably won't stick around very long. But I probably have about let's see, I got 2 miles in. I have about 1 mile to go. Sorry. The weather's great. If I want to attract deer, I should bring a couple bucks. Yeah. Mission accomplished. So the mission of pissing you off, Juan. Gonna need some deer pee. Yeah, there you go. I'll drench myself in deer pee and see if I can attract the deer. I don't think so. We didn't completely piss Juan off. He's still here. We just like to have a little bit of fun. And you seem like a good sport. So I didn't know that when I first said it, but I do now. So But yeah, Juan, I walk every day, live stream from my walk, and 203 days now. Any deer following me? I hope not. I know they're out there. They're just way back in the woods and I don't see them. 40 minutes into my walk, almost 41 minutes into my walk. I had 9 minutes to get back home. Don't think I'm gonna make it. You think how it work, Mike? Take sauce, you think? Yeah, if you build it, they will come. If you douse yourself in it, they will come. You're gonna stay on the chat? All right, Juan. Hustle guy, if hustle guy does a backflip, yeah, that ain't happening. You saw me, right, Juan? I'm 65 years old. I think it's a hell of an accomplishment just to walk 3 miles. You ain't getting no backflips out of this guy. It's always worth a try. Yeah. Yeah. You would definitely attract some carnivores. Are you A1 or Heinz 57 or another steak sauce? Healthy guy. I try to be. Not bad for a guy that's been smoking for 50 years. So might get a pole dance if the money's right. Yeah. You float for 3 miles. Peter Luger steak sauce. Okay. Not familiar with that at all. So yesterday I started early and finished early on my live stream because I was meeting a couple different people. One was definitely positive. It was, I'm putting in a mini split air conditioner down in my basement, and I'm going to install it and everything, but I don't have the tools to do the vacuum thing and charge it and all that. So I actually stopped some guy working for an HVAC company and asked if he did any work on the side. He did. He said, yeah, he came by yesterday. So he's lined up to do that. But then I had Peter Luger Steakhouse in New York and Las Vegas. Okay. Now I want a steak. It's great steak. Okay. But yeah, the other guy was a drywall guy. And I talked to him on the phone before he ever came over, and I told him what I had to do. And the very first words out of his mouth, I don't normally do jobs this small. I think that's a ploy that these contractors use to charge you more. Because it's a small job, he's going to charge you, he's got a job minimum or something that he has to make. But, so anyway, he looked at the job, what I have to do, and then he started hemming and hawing about not doing it. Morning, guys.
They only need one.
Yeah, he started hemming and hawing about whether or not he wanted to do it, and it's like, well, I might be able to put you on the schedule in like 2 weeks, which is fine. But I was like, well, I need to know, because if you're not going to do it, I don't want to wait 2 weeks to find out you're not going to do it, and then have to wait another 2 weeks just to get somebody here to do it. Well, so he's supposed to call me today. So, hustle guy, famous over there. There's actually a bar, I think it's in New Jersey, called Old Guy Hustle. If you Google Old Guy Hustle, there's a bar that comes up with that name. Put up paneling instead of drywall. Yeah, paneling's ugly as sin. Go is here. Good morning. Good to see you. All right, so we're down under 4 minutes to go to make it back home. I could take a shortcut and go over there, but then I wouldn't get my 3 miles in. So that'd be cheating. And I don't like cheaters. I'll try and pick up the pace here, but I don't think I'm going to hit my 4 minutes till midnight. Yeah. Yeah. And my coach is going to turn back into a pumpkin. I don't think I'm going to make 50 minutes, but I'm going to try and keep it as close as I can. That's been my, yeah, don't cheat myself. Absolutely. When I finish my walk, I always have the option to take a little shortcut back to the car or walk the full route. I never let myself take the shortcut. Yeah, I've always been like that too. A lot of times I'll take stairs instead of an elevator, especially like if I'm in a hotel, like a little, hotel is like 3 or 4 stories. I'll go down, I'll go up and down the stairs rather than standing there waiting on a damn elevator sometimes. Don't feed Dave after midnight. Yeah, you definitely don't want to get me wet either. Well, depends on who you are. Oh, is it an hour and a half in? Thoughts started running through my mind, Mike. Moist, damp. Yeah, that's the way at my age, that's the way I am all the time. So dirty mind. Yeah, I know. Good morning. Musty. After a few years, your mind just, especially for a man, your mind just kind of automatically goes there. Even at my age, as far as that's concerned, I'm still horny as a damn teenager some days. So good morning, everyone. Beautiful, rainy, late as usual. Dirty Mind is here as usual. Welcome in, Lester. Welcome in. I did see some trash on the way out. I'm going to stop and pick it up. Tyson is here. Good morning, Tyson. Good to see you here this morning. Lester's name showing up in green. Love seeing those green names. Got a little snow yesterday. Well, that sucks. Okay, the hill of death. Ugh. I made it. I made it up the hill of death one more day. We just went over 50 minutes. So definitely not hitting the 50-minute point. Oh, pick up some trash for Lester. Got a little snow on Sunday. There ain't no snow down here. Thank goodness. All right, and Mike, I'm gonna blame you for this. I'm gonna blame you on this one. This one's not on Lester. It's got to be you drinking that. Oh, Cynthia, absolutely. I'm glad we got to see him. I'm glad you got to see him. You couldn't catch any girls on Sunday when you were shopping, Lester? All right, it is trash day. Maybe they'll come and pick up trash on Tuesday again this week. Hopefully they won't go 2 weeks again. We have made it home. Let's see. 53 minutes is what we're going to call it. Like 52:50 right now. By the time I get to that door, it'll be 53 minutes. Y'all giving Lesters on how to catch girls, huh? All right, yeah, we're gonna call it 53 minutes today. I'm gonna say I stopped and looked at deer for 20 minutes. No, a minute or two at best. Calico, how are you? Pilgrim, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Got mad and broke your phone getting a new one today. Lester, why did you get mad? Because you couldn't catch any of the girls? There you go, Lester. Just take your phone and throw it and hit them in the back of the head. Knock them out, and then you just drag them home by their hair. And I get the microphone switched out and get in the tripod. Caveman style, yep. Captain Caveman. All right. I need some subscribers. I've been stuck in the 1960s for a long time. Not that's not a bad place to be stuck, but I've been getting a couple subscribers on the live streams, and then they disappear overnight. So mainly off grid. Good morning, sir. How are you? Stopped in to drop a like. Well, I do appreciate that. Mainly
Mr. Number One. You saw another Paris Hilton coffee creamer on Sunday? Lester, we're going to pick on you about everything. You know that. You give us a nightstand report today, Lester? Let us know what you got on your nightstand. How about you, Mike? Have you thrown out the Scrapple yet? Preloaded with a big dose of Monostat. I have a brother here? No. I don't have, both my brothers have passed. I don't have a brother. Some of these people on here are my brothers because we're fellow live streamers, fellow YouTubers, and they've supported me quite a bit throughout my YouTube life. So I might call a few of these people brothers. So it's called Spicy and Sweet. Oh, a different Paris Hilton one. Oh, okay. So is that like a cinnamon based? The Scrabble is starting to become mummified. Matt, how you doing this morning? Welcome in. I just got home from my walk. 203 days in a row, and we are up to 444 miles now. So plugging away at a couple of days, I'll be at 407 or 450 miles. So yeah, Juan, that's all right. I mean, it's been a while now. So especially my one brother, I mean, it's been almost 20 years. So One Night in Paris movie. Cheers to everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a good week so far. It is Tuesday already. Another damn week going by. Sunday is begins daylight savings time, so I don't know what the daylight situation is going to be like on Sunday morning. I will more than likely go ahead and just keep going at starting my walks at 7:30, whether it's dark or not, because it'll be daylight real quick. Because I know right now, I know at 7 o'clock it's pretty light here. So that'll be, anyway, that'll be 8 o'clock on Sunday. Keep it next to your John Wayne Bobbitt porno. Yeah, the old time change. Carlos, the cheapest price I've ever seen gasoline. My first job ever was working in a gas station. Way back in the day, 1976. And gas was 56 cents a gallon. So Southern Sweet Pecan, huh? You ready? I'm definitely ready for spring. Paul, 45 cents? Yeah. Gas was cheap. And it didn't go over $1 for a long, long time. That was right. Actually, when I started driving, it was right after the whole big oil embargo and all that, when they had like back in '74, I think. And they had like lines for gas, and you can only buy gas on either even or an odd day. I forget how that worked, but everybody, yeah, because the gas lines were so long. Yeah, the odd and even tag numbers, yeah. Um, but yeah, it didn't go over $1 a gallon. Golly, until sometime in the 90s, I think. When we started seeing $1 a gallon, and then when it jumped up to like $1.50, everybody's like, "Oh my God, oh my God!" Yeah, I'd love to see some $1.50 gas. I heard a joke yesterday. We were talking about concert tickets and prices. Um, yeah, the last digit of the license plate. That's how they figured it out. Okay, I wasn't sure how they did that. You remember 99 cents a gallon for gas? Yep. There was a gas station up in Ohio, and they had a gas war. Well, it was a brand new. They just opened up a Meyer grocery store up there, a brand new one, and they had a gas station. And that gas station, and then another gas station down the road had a price war. And at one point, they were selling gas, and this was, oh gosh, it's probably late 90s. And at one point they were selling gas for 40 cents a gallon. They just kept lowering the price and lowering the price, and they kept going back and forth between the two gas stations. And both of them had lines a mile long. So, really, Rainy? Oh, gosh. How does the world look different since the technology boom compared to before? What were people like then? Was it better before or after? Well, I mean, we actually paid attention to stuff. You walked down the street and you looked around at things. You didn't have a phone in your hand the whole time. So, and I shouldn't talk. I mean, I go out for a 2 3 mile walk every day, and I'm holding the phone in front of me the entire time. So, better before the tech boom. Okay, so here's the joke. All right, we were talking the other day about ticket prices and how expensive it is for tickets. But I heard about a concert that it's only going to cost you it's only going to cost 45 cents for the concert, and the concert is 50 cent and featuring Nickelback. Boom, boom. You were born in 98, so I got to see the world before the cell phone, but I don't remember much about it. Yeah. Yeah, 50 Cent featuring Nickelback. Got goulash with meatballs, pepperoni and sausage, and steak and mushrooms and onions on my nightstand from last night. All right, Lester. Gee, that's a lot of stuff to go bad, Lester. There's a lot in that. You like that, Matt? How many people are going to tell that joke today? Huh? How many people are going to tell that joke? Corner now. Steak from a couple of nights ago. Less cooking, more eating, Lester. Yeah. Largest nightstand ever built. Yeah. Carlos, I don't think it'd really be that hard to use. I've never used it though. We played outside and weren't bombarded with information. Exactly, Cindy. Exactly. Yeah, we didn't have a choice but to play outside. In the summertime, it's like, see that door? Hit it, kid. You go outside and you'd hear the door lock behind you. Lester's nightstand identifies as a buffet. And chocolate milk. Okay. Yeah, I mean, even in the wintertime, I mean, I remember building snow forts and having snowball fights in the winter. And we tried to build an igloo one time. Yeah, it collapsed on us, right on top of us, of course. Basically, we just piled a whole bunch of snow up in the yard, and then we tried to hollow it out, and we made it a little bit too thin. Google Translate is a precursor to this home. I want to tell you, would you translate something? Uh, Carlos, I don't. No, I don't know what you're talking about there. So a new burger is going to be like 1,200 calories. Carlos, I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. One hamburger is going to be like 1,200 calories. That's a lot of calories for a hamburger, especially at McDonald's. Where are they going to get all the calories at? They don't put enough meat on them to make it. You want to tell me a joke? Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what the calorie count is on a Big Mac. The Archburger still give you the McShits. Yeah, exactly. I'll need Google Translate. Okay, Carlos, I'm probably not going to use it here, especially while I'm live streaming. So um, I'm not that technologically advanced that I can do two things at once on a application. So, Rainy, you taking off? All right, we will see you later. Thank you for being here, Rainy. Love you, sweetie. Get that little boy off to school. Saving Grace, how you doing this morning? Good to see you. Yeah, there you go, Ducky. Goulash makes me sick because of the spaghetti sauce, but I still eat it. Yeah, I think I've heard you say before you weren't supposed to have like tomato type sauces, Lester. Got all the cool people here. Carlos, I do have children. I have two of my own and I have three stepchildren. So, and yes, to answer your question, I was nervous. I was 20 years old and found out that my fiance was pregnant and at the time was unemployed. So was doing little jobs here and there trying to make some money, but I ended up joining the Air Force and the rest is history. So, but I was nervous about the first baby. Yes, absolutely. The cardiac burger, yeah. Rainey was kind of quiet today. She wasn't picking on you. She did send you to your corner though, Lester. But I guess you can come out. You know, there's somebody else we haven't heard from in a few days is Natalie. Heart attack. Yeah, I've heard of that, Mike, the heart attack girl. You just grow it. Carlos, I can't grow a beard, but I guess I can grow a decent mustache. So you've been there? Okay. I haven't been to Vegas since yeah, before I joined the Air Force. So it's the last time I was in Vegas. 1980. My sister's husband just left yesterday for boot camp. He joined the Navy and he'll be doing nuclear stuff. Well, that's cool. Where's he going to boot camp? Chicago or I think they still, I don't know if they still have boot camp up there or not. They used to have boot camp in Chicago and then in San Diego. Um, I think somewhere on the East Coast as well. So you're going back to go house hunting in Vegas? What's real estate prices like out in Vegas, Mike? You don't think it's Chicago? Yeah, I think my brother, when he joined the Navy, I think he went to San Diego for boot camp. I think it's in San Diego anyway. Yeah, it is. It's in San Diego. Or it was then anyway. That was early 80s as well. So you might be losing your water. Prices aren't bad. Okay. I think for a while, wasn't Vegas like real pricey? The real estate out there, but I think they were trying to catch up and they were building like crazy. So probably now the inventory's caught up with the demand, or supplies caught up with demand, so the prices kind of leveled off or come back to reality. Boom, there goes gravity. Y'all catch that? You haven't paid your water bill and you owe over $1,000. Well, damn, Lester. You need to pay your water bill. Florida is the place to be. I thought that was Los Angeles or Hollywood is the place to be. Swimming pools and movie stars, but they have a Hollywood in Florida too. So he knows current music. That's not that current, so you would be correct, saving grace. Florida has weird weed laws. Yes, dropping some M&M. There's a person that does a cover of Eminem's "Lose Yourself," and I love it. I absolutely love it. Her name's Casey Chambers. Has anybody ever seen that video? She is an Australian, like, folk type musician. She plays a banjo, and she starts out with Eminem's "Lose Yourself" by herself on the stage playing a banjo. If you've never seen it before, check out Casey Chambers, Kasey Chambers, and she's from Australia. I guess she's pretty big down there. I guess she's won a whole bunch of awards and stuff down in Australia. But she does a cover of "Lose Yourself," and it is pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that song anyway, but it's definitely different than Eminem's version of "Lose Yourself." The content is capped in Florida. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Let me tell you a story about a man named Jed. I can do the whole thing. So that was my favorite show when I was a kid. Oh, Zsa Zsa Gabor. Yep. Beverly Hillbillies was my show when I was a kid. I loved that. And then all the reruns that we saw constantly of the Beverly Hillbillies. There should be a Beverly Hillbillies network. Mr. Ed. I don't remember that. I wasn't really into old Mr. Ed too much. You love Granny? Pez, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a little while. Welcome into my live stream again. Good to have you back. My Favorite Martian. Yeah, I remember that. You still have some Paris Hilton coffee creamer left for your... Well, you're not going to be able to make coffee if your water gets shut off, Lester. Hot wings. I wish. I wish. You have a Green Acres in Florida. There's a whole neighborhood here in Warner Robins that is, all the streets are named after characters and places on the TV show Andy Griffith Show. There's one for Andy Griffith Show, whole neighborhood. And I mean, there's Barney Fife Boulevard even. And then there's another one for Bonanza. I guess whoever the builder was, and they were developing that plot of land. Yeah, when they named all the streets, they're trying to come up with names, so they just named them from different TV shows. I have no idea where Dukes of Hazzard was filmed. I'm thinking about going up this week to Macon during the day, taking me a little bit of time, and there's a real nice walking trail up there that goes right along a river going through Macon, but I'm also going to go over to the cemetery where the Allman Brothers are buried, and get a little bit of footage from the Greg and Dwayne Allman grave sites, burial sites. Covington, Georgia. Okay. They do a lot. Actually, the Georgia film industry, from what I understand, the film industry here in Georgia is bigger than it is in Hollywood now. I know that I used to, when I was doing the deliveries for Walmart, I used to go up to Macon and work. When I first started doing it, I was doing it up in Macon all the time. And I know there were several times that there'd be like some of the areas in Macon that they would shut down the streets because they were filming. I think there was a TV show. Some streaming network had a TV show that they filmed in Macon. They cut, yeah, the tax credits, yeah. Yeah. Walking Dead, yeah, it was filmed in Georgia. Yeah. But there was some other show that they were doing. Yeah, not the Waking Dead, the Walking Dead, Cindy. You're gonna go steal some of Rainey's water? Okay. I mean, you're not gonna have any coffee. You're definitely not gonna be able to wash all them dishes you got on your nightstand if you don't have any water, Lester. Mad Hatter is here. Good to see you. There's Macon. I mean, there's some pretty rough areas of Macon, pretty run-down areas of Macon, but there's also some pretty historic areas in Macon. I mean, there's a lot of gorgeous architecture up there. There was definitely some money in Macon at one point. I don't know if there is anymore, but there definitely was at one point. And there's some huge, huge houses there. So actually, the Allman Brothers have a museum there from the house that they lived in while they were. And there's actually a big marker where Dwayne Allman crashed his motorcycle and was killed. So Stranger Things was filmed in Georgia as well. Your friend got a car from Dukes of Hazzard? Okay. I never was big into Dukes of Hazzard. Just the whole country thing. Country music at the time was a big no-no for me, and yeah, the whole country thing just wasn't my jam back then. So dark-haired girl on TV, huh? Mad Hatter, the walk was good. The walk was good. 203 days, 444 miles now. I watched The Walking Dead until it became gory, smashing a head with a barbed wire wound bat. Then I was out, never watched another episode. Yeah, I started to watch it, and because I thought that I would kind of enjoy it, but I really didn't. I watched, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 episodes of it, of the first season, and then I just, yeah. The Indian girl, huh? Lester, Ducky's got her notebook out. Yeah, Daisy Duke in her shorts, yeah, absolutely. Daisy was a guy. No, she wasn't, Patrick. Not the original one. And didn't, who played Daisy Duke in the movie? Big zombie flick fan here. See, I'm more. I love that episode was hard. Yeah, I'm more of the. I like the movie Zombieland. That was good. I like that. It was funny. I like that kind of zombie movie where it's satirical, I guess. Especially when they killed Bill Murray in the first one. Yeah, it's hilarious. Woody Harrelson, and I don't know who the kid is in that, but Paris Hilton. Was it Paris Hilton or was it the other girl? What was her name? I can't remember. Shaun of the Dreads. I don't think I've seen that. Jessica Simpson, yeah. Yeah, Jessica Simpson played Daisy Duke in the movie. Pam was the bee's knees. Listen to Mad Hatter. Yeah, actually the second one, the second Zombieland was better than the first one. So I watched The $6 Million Man, Bionic Woman, Charlie's Angels, Brady Bunch, Bewitched, and Hazel growing up. Okay, wow. I liked Bewitched. Samantha was hot. And part of Jaws was filmed where you live. Okay, cool. Old Sanford and Son. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. The Jefferson. Moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Ha ha. There's your entertainment for the day. Oh, we're only at an hour and 20 minutes. It seems like I've been on here forever. It seems like I've been home forever. Um, 31 likes. Thank you very much. If you haven't hit that like button, definitely do it. Yeah, Saving Grace is down in Florida. He's down in the Panhandle of Florida. Now that's in your head. My favorite line from the oh shoot, the Jeffersons was George Jefferson saying, "Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you." On Janet Trigo, is she related to the Danny Trigo, or is Danny Trigo related to her? Time to get busy. As always, my best to you. Thank you very much, Matt Harris. Appreciate you being here. Somebody must have forgot to hit that like button because we jumped up to 34. We went from 31 to 34 real quick. Don't be obscene. Double tap that screen. Heck yeah. Yeah, Jessica Simpson played Daisy Duke in the movie. I knew it was one of those. I knew, yeah. I didn't think it was Paris Hilton. I just couldn't remember what her name was. Lester, you forgot. Hit it now, Lester. Really? They said that, Mike? Wow. Sharon Tate, sadly, yeah, was in Charlie Manson's little clan. Burke's Outdoors, hello, hello. April Scott played her too. Good to see you, Burks. Haven't seen you in a few days. You doing all right? Been busy, just put a few new videos out. Okay, Burks. Fred used the N-word though. Oh, wow. Yeah, different times, wasn't it? Different times. You're out in the great North Woods, huh? Cool, cool, cool. So I'm hoping this week to have my floors refinished, the poly on them and all that, and be putting up trim in those 3 rooms. I got to put up baseboard all the way around all the rooms and put up trim on the doorways as well. So I'm hoping to get all that done this week, and those rooms will be done. Yesterday I started cleaning up some of the sawdust. Oh my God, that shit is everywhere. Real fine sawdust. Candy Keith, hello, how are you today? You just posted a short of your goulash last night, Lester? Okay. Saving Grace, did you say it? Okay. Was it your birthday there, Saving Grace? Yeah, I that's what I'm doing. I saved a lot of the trim from the house, the original trim, mainly baseboards and stuff like that. But I got a lot of the trim, so it's all been painted with oil-based paint, and in pretty rough shape. So I need to sand all that. Fortunately, it's pretty flat. Doesn't have a lot of detail to it. It's pretty flat trim. So I'll be able to sand it fairly easy with a belt sander. And mainly I'm just going to try and rough it up a little bit and get that oil-based paint off of there so the regular latex paint will stick to it. You hope your day's going, okay. I thought you said his birthday. And I was like, what? Do you have a birthday? Birthday's in December. Okay. Okay. I thought Burke said something about your birthday. He said it said B day, and yeah. Phone driving you crazy. It's too sensitive. Going good. I have not been on a lot of live streams lately, I take little breaks. I'm trying to force myself off of my phone as much as I was in the past. And I get a report every week from Google. And actually, last week my screen time was down. On average, it was down an hour and a half per day. So, but my screen time is pretty high. So, I'm ready to throw it across the room. Yeah, I'm trying my best to keep my screen time down. I take my phone. I used to, after my live streams, I used to go out, as long as my phone was charged up, I'd go out and sit and just scroll through YouTube for sometimes hours. But I'm trying to just leave my phone sitting here once I end my live stream and just leave it sit. Go out, smoke a cigarette, drink a cup of coffee, and then come back in and start getting some work done. So, Traveling Whitcombs, good morning. Good to see you. All is very well this morning. Absolutely. I'm back from my walk already. I got another 3 miles in. And let's see, day 203, 203 days in a row. And I'm up to 444 miles now. So use a bonding primer. You won't have to sand off the old oil base. Yeah, they need to be sanded anyway. I always think I see something out in my backyard. But they need to be sanded anyway. They're in pretty rough shape. But I'm not going to do a whole lot of sanding on them. Mainly, I just want to rough up the paint just to get the paint to stick a little bit better. Berkshire, I'm monetized. I think that I'll be able to probably I got a belt sander, and I'll probably just lay them out on sawhorses and just basically just go down them, one good pass down the baseboard, and then there's like a little detail at the top of the baseboard, and just kind of get in there with I got a little palm sander, be able to do that real quick. Shouldn't take long. They do have some detail to them. I can't flip them over. And the backs of them look worse than the fronts because the way this house is built, it is all the exterior walls are concrete block. It's a concrete block house with brick veneer over top of the concrete block on the outside, and then plaster on the inside. So all of the baseboards on the exterior walls were glued up at some point. So yeah, the backs of them are worse than the fronts. I did not see any deer today. Yeah, they have a little detail at the top. Just out in this area, it's all brand new baseboard, but yeah, they do have some detail on the tops of them. So not much though. It's not real fancy stuff. This is a what's it called? Mid-century modern house. It was built in the 50s, and so everything was pretty plain and simple then. So the thing I'm gonna run into is I'm gonna have to try to stretch. Does anybody have a good board stretcher out there? Because I know I'm going to probably run out of baseboard. But what I'm going to do, I got 2 big closets, one in each bedroom, and the closets are like 8 feet from side to side. And so that's going to be the last thing that gets baseboard. So if I have to, I can just buy a 1x6 or some 1x6 material, pine material, and just put that inside the closets. So make sure that that's the last thing the last thing that gets baseboard put up. Lester, you eating some Lucky Charms? I'm gonna grab me a fresh cup of coffee. You put 5.5 inch base, yeah, That's what this is. I think it's 5.5 inches, so 1x6 would do it. Some of your trim is behind your couch. All right, let me get this turned around here. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee, and I think I'm gonna go outside and get me a cigarette in. All right. No new comments. Oh, you didn't put, oh, okay. You didn't put it, okay. It's just laying back there behind your, yeah. All my trim's down in my basement right now, and I got to get that out of there. Got to get it all put up upstairs, obviously, to finish the rooms upstairs, but then there's work that needs to be done in the basement, and all that stuff's just laying on the floor in the basement, so. All right, let's go outside. It's nice out. Not sunny, but it's nice. Sand on those floors. Jesus. Took forever. But they're looking pretty good. I have been filming it. I will definitely put a video out of the floors. Lester has transparent trim. Yeah. It's just standing there. Just like a boring woman just lays there, huh? We're past the hour-and-a-half point. I can say stuff like that now. Sounds like my ex-wife. They put trim around the inside of the shower. Like plastic trim. Yeah, hence the X. Yes. My first ex-wife sold my motorcycle while I was in basic training. And then dumbass me stayed married to her for another 6 years, so. You believe that? She sold my motorcycle while I was in basic training. I remember that phone call. You know, in basic, you don't get a lot of phone calls. And Yeah, I remember that phone call. We got some phone time, and I called my wife. Oh, yeah, I sold your motorcycle today. You did what? You used the wrong paint to paint, so it's peeling. Yeah, I mean, we were in dire straits. I mentioned that, I joined the Air Force because I was unemployed and needed a job and health insurance. Yeah, new wife, baby on the way, and all that. And um, yes, she was living with her parents while I was in basic training, and basically we knew we were going to be moving, so she was selling everything or selling a bunch of stuff so that we could, you know, establish a household once I got out of the basic or got to my permanent duty assignment. So yes. And it was then Dave realized he messed up. And if I didn't learn my lesson, I went and did it again. I had some goddamn fun, though, in between those two marriages. Oh, if I could tell you some stories. A glutton for punishment. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was married for 7 years, and there was 2 years in between. And yeah, I, I had some pretty wild times for those 2 years. Damn, I need to smoke more, huh? The things we do for love. We tend to kick up our heels between. Yeah, there were some people kicking up heels. I don't know if it was me though. There were some heels in the air though. God bless America. Absolutely. You like that, Jay Valdez? Speaking of that, I meant to mention this earlier in the stream. Make sure everybody's sending out prayers for all of our troops that are in harm's way right now. We got a lot of shit going on, and there's a lot of people a lot of Americans that are in harm's way right now. So definitely send some prayers out for the soldiers, airmen, Marines, Coast Guards, all that are out there. Sailors too. I almost left out the sailors. Yes, God bless our troops. You haven't had any fun yet, Lester? Sure you have. For the 7 years I was married, I was saving up some wild oats, and let's just say that they all got sown in the 2 years in between. So, praying for the troops and their families. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jay, I have been, let's see, I went on a 3 mile walk this morning. It's the 203rd day in a row that I've done that 203 days in a row now, and I've walked 444 miles. on my way to full 365 days and 1,000 miles. Live stream from that every day, 7:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Georgia, so live stream every day. And then after I get done with my live stream, I come home, just sit and have some coffee. Every once in a while, I have a cigarette and just have a nice little chat. So yeah, got a nice community here, Jay. They said we just sit and talk about random stuff, whatever comes up. It seems like it gets a little bit spicy at around the hour and a half point. You can write that in the notebook. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little bit spicy around the hour and a half point, but nothing vulgar or anything like that. We just have a little bit of fun, joke about different things. So the only rules here are no politics, no religion, and don't be a dick. So that's really about it. Lots of different storylines. Ravi, how you doing today? Good to see you, man. Ravi is a YouTuber that I've met online. He's up in the Cleveland, Ohio area. Goes out for walks and things like that. Nature hikes. And if you're not subscribed to Ravi, definitely go over and subscribe to his channel. Has a pretty good channel there. He's starting to grow his audience a little bit. So definitely go over and support him. I'm going to try to hook up with him when I get up in that area. Rob, I got a question for you. Are you familiar with Out and About with M&D? Going in your permanent record, Lester. Jay, you love it? All right, cool. Robbie, you're doing great. Fantastic. Are you familiar with Out and About with M&D? He's up in Northwest Ohio. About my age. There you go. Ducky, subscribe to your channel, Ravi. Okay, you are familiar with him? Yeah. I'm on his channel a fair amount. He live streams every morning just before I go live. So I usually try to stop in on his live stream as well. And we're going to try when I get back up to Ohio, which is probably going to be in about a month. He subscribed. Okay, cool. When I get back up to Ohio, we're going to try and hook up and get together and go someplace and go for a hike. Maybe we can get you involved with that as well, Ravi. Gar, how you doing today? I am a grandpa, absolutely. I'm a great grandpa. I have one great grandchild. Yeah, he live streams every morning. I think he goes live about 6 o'clock in the morning. And usually live streams until a little after 7. You're 17, so I'll be your grandpa's age. Okay, yeah, I got some grandkids. I got some grandkids around that age group. Got some a little bit younger than that. Some a little bit older than that. So Eric Clapton's going to play a few dates in the U.S. God, what are tickets going to be for that? Definitely not 45 cents. Probably $4,500 to go see Eric Clapton. Oh my God, Natalie. Yeah. I mentioned earlier that we hadn't seen you in a while. I was hoping that you were okay. I know that you're in Lebanon. I hope everything is, I hope everything's good. You take care of yourself. God bless you, and you take good care of yourself, all right? you do whatever you have to do. Take care of you and your family. It's a mess over there right now. Reach out to me now. Just keep me updated as you can. Let me know how things are going and if you're doing all right, all right? Yeah, 9 million in your firstborn child. Yeah. Absolutely. Send some prayers out for Natalie. She lives in Lebanon, the country of Lebanon. And it is a mess over there. Crazy times. Yeah. So definitely send. She's a cancer patient as well. So definitely send some prayers up for Natalie. William, I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well. Slept in the car on the street. Oh wow. Well, hopefully we can. Dara, I ignored your question. What was your question? And the only thing you've said, Gar, is that you said, hi, Grandpa. You said, I'm 17, so you'll be my grandpa's age. And I agreed to that. I said I had grandkids your age. So I did not ignore anything, unless it just didn't show up. Robbie, we'll see you later. You take care of yourself. And we will definitely figure something out to be able to get together and do some content together once I get back up to Ohio. Maybe there's a whole bunch of YouTubers in Ohio, so maybe we can all get together and do some sort of a big YouTube meetup or something. Lester, you're a great uncle. That's cool. I don't have very many nieces and nephews. My sister had one kid, and my brother had one kid. Actually, all three of them, their own children, they only had one each. And my sister's got a couple of stepdaughters. My brother's got a couple of stepsons. But that's it, so. Kraft, how you doing today? Good to see you today. Snakehead fish in Ohio? I have no idea. Almost at 1,000 subs. There you go, Robbie. We'll get you over it. We'll get you over at 1,000, or you will. I won't have much to do with it. You might get maybe 3 or 4 subs from me or from my channel, but you'll definitely get over that 1,000. Your sisters and brothers were busy? Yeah, it sounds like it, Lester. Natalie, hopefully our good old American troops will end that nasty ass regime in Iran and get that whole situation under control real quick for you. Birds chirping away, Kraft. Yep. Yeah, you don't have any kids, Lester, I know. It's a little chilly out here this morning. I'm gonna go back inside. It's a little chill in the air. My nipples are hard. Setting up to do some home lives from your PC. That's cool. What I have found is working for me. I mean, the fact that I'm consistent and oh, cough up a lung here this morning. Yeah, I mean, I live stream every day at the same time. So, yes, it is a little nipply outside. Every day I live stream at the same time. So I get basically this pretty much the same audience. I mean, I'll get people that just pop in every once in a while. Yesterday, I had a couple people from the West Coast that aren't usually here pop in and that have been on my channel for a long time, but they just, they're 3 hours behind me, so it's early in the morning. It's 4:30 in the morning when I start walking. So, but the consistency I think, is probably the key to my success. What small success I've had. And not to say that I don't appreciate it, because God, I never thought I'd get 2,000 subscribers, and I'm real close to that right now. So, but definitely a regular schedule or something like that would help you out, Robbie. Even I know you work a full-time job during the week, but even if you just same time every Saturday morning you went live, or whenever it might be, whatever works best for you. It's kind of nice being retired, not having to do that 9 to 5 shit. Everybody, I want everybody today to send up some prayers for Natalie, definitely, and everybody in that region over there. All of our troops, obviously, and all our allied troops that are involved in this whole mess that's going on. Hopefully we can get this. I watched a couple of news conferences yesterday. It sounds to me they basically have the same attitude that they had during the first Gulf War. Here's our objectives. We're going to kick ass until we get to our objectives, get our objectives completed, and then we're done. And that's the way the first Gulf War was fought. And we're not going in and thinking that we need to be buddy-buddy with everybody once we destroy a country. And so hopefully it'll all end real soon. Yeah, I agree with you, but I don't disagree with what we're doing right now. But anyway, what I know, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, I know that there's good American people, good Americans over there and in harm's way right now, and we definitely need to be thinking about them. And God bless our country. God bless all of our troops. God bless all the innocent people in that area. Natalie's one of them. God bless them all, and definitely send up some prayers that we have peace break out in the Middle East. That would be absolutely fantastic. So that's just my thoughts. That's as political as I'm going to get with the whole thing. Thank God I never served during a war and never was put into that situation. I don't know how I would have handled myself if I was. But thank God I was never in that situation. And I have all the respect in the world for the people that are in that situation right now. So everybody that signs up for the military knows what they're signing up for. And the possibility of it anyway. I mean, I joined the Air Force because I needed money, and I needed my baby to be born. So, I knew when I signed up, the possibilities, but that's kind of why I joined the Air Force, because I knew that I wouldn't be, put into the fight. So anyway, definitely keep everybody over there in your thoughts and prayers. They all deserve it for what they're doing, and it's very important. So, bought all junk food with your food money and it's almost gone. Well, Lester, start eating this stuff on the nightstand. I guess you're gonna have to break down and start eating that stuff and start saving some money for your water bill, Lester. Call the water company and negotiate some payments there. Just making homemade biscuits. I found that with old age, my biscuits are not as fluffy. I'm not sure how to take that, Lisa. I'm not sure how to take that, Lisa. You spent $50 at the Oots potato chip factory? Praying for all around the world, absolutely. Lisa was here. I think she's been here the whole time, just kind of in listening mode. I know she came in early. The cheese balls, yeah, they are pretty good. If you know, you know. More baking powder. Not less yeast. Not as much yeast. Right, Lester? Big bag of chips was 50 cents. Wow. You getting a new phone this afternoon, Lester? Cool, cool, cool. I still haven't broke down and got a new phone. I just don't want to go through the whole thing, going to the phone place and no yeast in biscuits. Yes. If you know, you know. I know, Lisa. I know. All right, we're over 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and sign off today. I do appreciate everybody being here today. You always have two of those cheese barrels. I don't know how to say that name, so I'm skipping over the name. One of the cats comes to eat here, loves them. It's his treat. Switching everything. Biscuits and SOS. Little B loves cheese balls. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. You guys, looks like we're up to 40 likes. You guys have a fantastic day. Definitely keep everybody over there in the Middle East in your thoughts and prayers today. I will see you all tomorrow. We'll be back and do this again. 22 hours from now. All right. Have a fantastic day. Peace.